Wow, Marvel. So that Ironheart show is actually getting released, huh? They've been sitting on this show for like 3 years. They obviously have no faith in this thing. Why not just pull a Batgirl and be done with it? I know it must be tough to have to swallow your pride like that, but at this point, how does taking the tax write-off not seem like the better option? The only thing that makes sense to me is that they didn't want to risk pissing off Ryan Coogler, but he's got something to lose here too, guys. And it didn't seem to be bothering him that no one had seen the show until now. He's been doing just fine. And if you thought the show was any good at all, you would have released it 3 years ago when it was finished. But you choose to release it now, after you've realized that you've been shitting the bed since Endgame and you're desperately trying to climb out of the hole you've dug yourselves into? Make it make sense, Marvel. Please. I mean, you took this wildly unpopular character from the comics who everybody hates, you threw her into Wakanda Forever, a movie she was easily the most disliked part of, and then you give her her own show despite nobody asking for it because this was in a time when you still thought that replacing beloved male characters with more diverse, less interesting female versions was all it took to make money. Fast forward a couple years, and now you've learned that doesn't really work. Which again begs the question, why release the show at all? It was part of a business model that failed miserably. You clearly don't believe in it. What are we doing here? Beats me. Maybe the trailer can fill in those blanks.
Hello?
He's just an EP, guys. He's just an EP.
For real?
Welcome, Riri. In less than 3 minutes, the air in this elevator will no
Thunderbolts.
longer be breathable.
Oh, what is this?
We just saw it in that movie.
You'll suffocate and die unless you break into the device on the floor, where you'll find a gas mask. Good luck.
Screw this.
I don't have to follow your rules. I'll escape the death trap the way I want to escape the death trap.
I heard Riri Williams was a genius. So you in or out?
She put a bunch of wires together. That's all she did.
Riri, I see you. I see you're fed up, waiting to be acknowledged for your greatness.
Greatness?
You are not the first genius at MIT.
How come you're not working at one of those fancy tech firms?
After my internship abroad, I want
Fancy tech firms?
undeniable.
Shouldn't she be in prison right now?
Important.
Iconic.
I can give you the tools to
Iconic,
carry
huh?
out your vision.
Sorry, sweetie, you're the wrong character for that.
Anyone who's ever accomplished anything iconic in life has had to do some questionable things to get it done. What will you do, Riri?
You've bitten off a hell of a lot more than you can chew.
I could chew a lot.
You know nothing about this man.
You're gonna end up dead
Well,
or
yeah.
in jail.
I mean, your relationship with him started with him trying to kill you. Didn't the light bulb go on that he was kind of sketchy? Thunderbolts! We just saw that in the movie.
This is wild. A shady bunker.
My bunker's not shady. Would a shady bunker have that on the wall?
It's literally above a crate of self-guided missiles.
I'm returning those.
Comedy. Okay. First question. Why is Riri not in prison for trying to murder police officers and blowing up several cop cars in Wakanda Forever? I mean, even if you want to argue that she didn't kill any of those cops, they've still got her on multiple felonies, something the movie was very quick to gloss over, by the way. So, what gives? Did she get a pardon as a favor to Queen Shuri or something? Granted, that no one is above the law thing is applied very selectively these days, but still, It's weird. Man, it says a lot about how obnoxious this trailer is that how is she powering her suit without an arc reactor is not even one of the top 10 questions I have right now. I can't be the only one thinking that the Hood looks really out of place here. The Hood is a supernatural villain. Wouldn't he make more sense getting lumped in with Doctor Strange or Wong or some other magical character? What the hell's he doing in an Ironheart show? Why wouldn't you use one of Riri's signature villains for this? Does she even have any? Not that I know of, come to think of it. And why is your supernatural villain setting up a technological death trap or test that our main character has to MacGyver her way out of? Why not set up a magical trap? You know, because you're a magical villain? Wouldn't that be more up your alley? I'm not really following the logic here.
I heard Riri Williams was a genius.
Oh yeah, because it takes a real genius to touch some wires together and brute force a door open. Just thinking about the Herculean brain power required for such a task has got all my synapses firing at once. Gotta say, it's an impressive feat when a scene fails because it's trying too hard and not hard enough at the same time.
How come you're not working at one of those fancy tech firms?
Possibly because she's wanted by the authorities for arson and attempted murder? Or at least she would be if continuity was still a thing. So she wants to build something iconic, and then instead of coming up with her own idea, she basically just copy-pasted the stuff that the more famous, more compelling, more popular white male character already did, but just not as good? That's not iconic, sweetie. That's just monkey see, monkey do. You want to be iconic? Try being original first.
You're gonna end up dead or in jail.
Is she really? I doubt it. I mean, if jail was on the table, she'd be there now. You know, because of all that stuff she did.
I got a special delivery for y'all in 3, 2, 1.
Come on, if they're not going to arrest her for that, then I think Riri's get out of jail free card is stamped and ready. I'm not saying the actress is like this in real life. Maybe she isn't, I have no idea. But the Riri character is coming off so arrogant and unlikable in this trailer.
You've bitten off a hell of a lot more than you can chew.
I could chew a lot.
And sure, Tony Stark could be like that too, but Robert Downey Jr. had the charisma to make that charming and fun. I'm not seeing anything like that here. Just a character who looks like she really needs to be taken down a peg or two.
I see you're fed up, waiting to be acknowledged for your greatness.
She wants to be recognized for her greatness? What greatness? She hasn't done anything yet. Well, except that one thing. Yeah. You can just tell that whoever wrote this probably grew up with a lot of everybody gets a trophy trophies on their mantle.
It's literally above a crate of self-guided missiles.
I'm returning those.
Get it? It's funny because he's dangerously stupid. Ha 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 ha. Marvel, I swear to Christ, stop trying to be funny. Any filmmakers you once had working for you who knew how to get a laugh are long gone, okay? You're just embarrassing yourselves with this shit now. Okay, so from what I gather, the plot of the show goes something like this. Riri encounters some shady dude with a magical cloak who gives her a ton of money to build her own Iron Man suit, which she can very easily do because she has access to all the necessary technology and resources at MIT. Despite the guy setting off every red flag there is, our supposed super genius ignores all the warning signs and takes his money just because he massaged her ego. Then, shock of all shocks, it turns out this very obviously evil man is evil and it's up to her to stop him. Is that about the gist of it? You're not exactly blowing me away with your creativity here, Marvel. Is this show just gonna be Riri Williams being a kick-ass girl boss for 6 episodes? Because if so, then you can keep it. I mean, you've already got this character fighting a losing battle against the perception that she's just a less entertaining, more diverse, transparent Iron Man replacement, and you couldn't do any better than this? Even Marvel themselves seem embarrassed about how they half-assed this thing. You're just now remembering that the show comes out in like a month, so you should maybe do some PR for it in case there's anyone who might give a shit, and then you released it on the same day the Superman trailer dropped like you were hoping nobody would notice it. And on top of that, the spin machine is working overtime to drum up any interest whatsoever, and it's so disingenuous I don't think anybody's fallen for it, even with Ryan Coogler making the rounds. Hell, you can talk it up all day long, but it doesn't exactly match what we're seeing, dudes.
I'm very excited about Ironheart. I'm honored to have the opportunity to be delivering these stories that people love so much.
These stories that people love so much. Huh. Interesting choice of words. Does that include the story about how Riri demanded that her teacher be racist to her? Or the story about how she caused an international incident by overthrowing a foreign government because she disagreed with them politically? Because, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think anybody ever liked those stories. For that matter, has Riri Williams ever been in a story that people liked? I'm starting to understand why Marvel's had such a hard time promoting this thing. Guys, based on this trailer, I think Ironheart has the potential to be the worst thing the MCU has produced. And that's saying something, since just in the last few years, they've managed to crap out Ms. Marvel, The Marvels, She-Hulk Attorney at Law, and Echo. The bar for the title of most insufferable MCU project is pretty low. Let's not lower it any further. Let me know what you thought about this trailer in the comments. I'm really excited to see the feedback on this one. While you're here, ding that bell icon and follow all of my social media so you can always be notified when I upload new stuff. The links are down there. Also, smash that thumbs up, share the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Make sure you're still subscribed because YouTube does like unsubscribing people from time to time just to mess with us. And I'll be back with more real soon. Take care, stay tuned. I'll see you next time.